Hey everybody, Chris here. Dogecoin eyes huge gains. We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And today is Saturday, August 9th, which means this is the 9th consecutive day of Dogecoin giveaways during my live streams. Yes, Saturday afternoon, we will have another giveaway, so please join in as we talk about Doge, ETH, Bitcoin, and other alts as well. We can expand our conversation out. I don't know what you're thinking as well. So come in, join the live stream, make sure that you're subscribed. You've got your notifications on so you know when I go live. There's a lot of talk about ETH this week, and we've been covering that on the live streams as well, showing how strong ETH is trading. But you know what's keeping up? Doge. That's right, Dogecoin. So we're going to show that. Let me show you the charts of the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And we start here with the current Dogecoin chart. We're over 23 cents there. We're up to 23.76 right now. But Dogecoin goes penny by penny, right? Penny by penny. 22 cents, 23 cents, next 24. And what happens every time Dogecoin trades over a penny line, right? This is classic trading, right? Trades right up to 23 cents, falls back. Finally comes over, and what does it do? It comes back and it retests. Retests as support, and now moving higher. Next target, 24 cents. Penny by penny by penny. This is what happened in July, and now here we are in August. The same thing happening penny by penny. You ask, well, Chris, what's the next resistance line? Well, after 24 cents, guess what? It's 25. That is how Dogecoin has been trading. Penny by penny. So if you wanted a dip, well, that was the dip overnight at $22.99, just like we had $21.99 here yesterday. And that's how Dogecoin has gone. That's how Dogecoin has gone. Bitcoin holding 117. Bitcoin traded up overnight near 118,000, but is falling back. And Ethereum did come over 4,200, touched 4,250 as resistance, and is now pulling back a bit. But Dogecoin is holding well right now. Now, as we zoom out, we want to look at the bigger picture, look at the context of where we are, and we know Dogecoin pulled back from 28 cents that it had in July, and have adjusted this reverse head and shoulders a bit to actually show what happened now, because you can do that. You can go back and you can adjust your chart, right, to show the actual, right? And so here we are. Look at this Dogecoin, just very strong, 22 cents, 23 cents, target 24. Bitcoin started to move up, now going sideways. A lot of people talking about ETH, and yes, ETH's chart looks great too, which means, of course, Bitcoin dominance is going down. So Bitcoin dominance starting to fall off the table, down to 60%. So we're going to get down in the 50s. I know Ben Cowan's talking about a big surge back up to 60, 66% for Bitcoin dominance, but 66, I don't know. We'll see whether that happens. I'm kind of thinking that rotation is happening. I'll show you why. We have Dogecoin dominance surging up, almost back to 1%, which means, of course, Doge versus Bitcoin has reclaimed our 20 line and now moving up from there. So it's not just ETH, guys. It is Dogecoin as well. But let's get into it, right? The market liquidity cycle, this is typically what we see. We go from cash, right? Cash in the bear, and then Bitcoin, and then ETH, the ETH cycle. We are here. And then the high caps, the large caps, then the low caps and memes. And then rotate back to USD. Now, the only difference here is the memes, especially when it comes to Doge, Doge starts up here. That's right. Doge starts with ETH. We saw that in 2020 going into 2021, and here we are again. Dogecoin doesn't wait. These are all the other low cap memes. Now, that doesn't mean one doesn't run. We already had Pengu, and Fartcoin did its thing, and like other memes, but that's where the money's going to end up. in the fall, most likely, is going to be here. We already have some high caps moving. I mean, we've seen Link, for instance. So again, that's based on its own news, not specifically just the market cycle. But that's what we have. And then here it is again. We've looked at this chart before, and people are posting it again. Phase 2 ETH, Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin. We hear talks at the flippening, right? Is ETH going to meet Bitcoin's market cap of over $2 trillion? I mean, you never know what's going to happen. I kind of doubt it, but then you start the phase overlap. Money is starting to trickle into large caps where we see large buy-ups happening. And then the large caps. ETH still outperforming Bitcoin, but large caps are going parabolic, and then we finally get to alt season. But again, Doge overcomes all of this. Now, yes, phase 1 Bitcoin has outperformed Dogecoin, for years. That's the typical bear into the early bull. That's what we've seen. But now, this is what we see. Now, ETH, interesting. Over the past few days, ETH has seen a sharp rise in both first buyers and momentum buyers, signaling fresh demand entering the market alongside renewed engagement from existing holders. So this is what's happening with ETH now, is you're getting a lot of buying of ETH, a lot of talk about ETH, momentum is in ETH, which is great. And while that happens, we've been watching, right, on the live streams, the pinger is on, and we do see liquidations happening, and they're on the short side. And a lot of ETH shorts, just in the last 24 hours, over $200 million of ETH shorts who are not believing that this the whole cycle, right? ETH to high caps to low caps and alt season is already happening here in August. But not only ETH, but Doge as well. $9 million in Doge shorts liquidated. So be careful with the leverage trading, guys. There could be sharp pullbacks too. That could happen. Look, altcoins, this is the total 2 over Bitcoin, the breakout. So this is what's happening. Again, Bitcoin kind of holding steady while ETH, Doge, and other alts are moving up. And then you get this guy, Arthur Hayes, right? And all this talk about Arthur Hayes and he's such a big guru for crypto. He sold 2,300 ETH a week ago. ETH had a price of 3,500. 4 hours ago, he moved 10.5 million USDC to buy back ETH at a higher price. This is what happens when we're going into the big alt season and you try and be cute and you say, oh, I'm just going to take profit here or I'm going to swing trade this. And it's like you end up chasing. Arthur Hayes says today, had to buy it all back. Do you forgive me? I pinky swear I'll never take profit again. So this is the chance that you take, either on leverage or swing trade or whatever it is. Be very careful because you don't know. Like I say, I don't trust this market. That's why I'm not swing trading right now. With August, it's like, could we get a pullback? Maybe. All the bears are gone though. They're just getting wrecked. I don't hear, oh, Doge is going back to 16 cents. I don't hear that anymore. Look, we looked at CoinMarketCap, right? We know Doge flipped back over Tron and is now taking off $36 billion market cap. And Tron is down here at 31. So Doge is just taking off. We've got, look, Bitcoin is up 3% in the week. ETH now up 20%. XRP 12. 12 is okay, right? Solana 10. But look at Doge. Also 20% on Doge. That's right. Doge 20% as well. It's the same as ETH. And yet everyone's screaming ETH, 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 right? This week. But Doge. It's Doge. And as I'm recording this, Doge is moving up. That's right. We do have more. Doge getting close to 24 cents now with a big move up. Dogecoin. Dogecoin surges 4% on whale buying, institutional accumulation happening, and retail as well. Retail buyers are buying Dogecoin. Trader Allen's like, look, this is how Dogecoin has gone, right? It makes a big run, and then it pulls back. It makes another big run, pulls back. Actually, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of thing, right? And then you finally have the capitulation. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the capitulation. And now we move above that downward sloping resistance line, retest it, and then move forward. And of course, Doge, this was back more like last week. This is an older chart by his, because Doge is now moving up back to 24 cents. It's already retested and moving higher. Dogecoin price prediction, bullish momentum. There's always a pullback risk, though. Again, we are August, so that's why I'm not trusting, like, this big run is just going to go straight up parabolic again. There will be pullbacks. That will happen, which is why I'm not doing leverage long trading, because all of a sudden the market makers will just tank the market and take out the longs. We've been watching that again and again and again. So while minor corrections may occur, technical indicators suggest potential rise towards 25 cents and beyond. So that is how Dogecoin is looking. We look on the weekly. The big pump is brewing, right? That is coming. And the magnets, right? Now, Allen's getting a little crazy with the magnets now, going back in the 4-year cycles. We got magnets back in 2016 into 2017 before the big run, 2020 into 2021 before the big run, and here we are, a broadening wedge, again, magnets up and down before the big run. Again, Dogecoin price explosion imminent, Dogecoin eyes, triple-digit gains, 50 cents, $1, $2, like that is where people start going with Doge. That's the thinking that goes behind Doge, because Doge can move like that. I've been talking about fall 2025 since the beginning of the year, and a lot more people are starting to get on board with what Chris has been calling for. And I know you guys don't want to hear it again, fall 2025. It sound like a broken record, but it still is all setting up for that. But here we are in August. Look at this, my friends, 24-cent Dogecoin. We're knocking, there we are, 24 right here. Dogecoin looking strong. Hey, we're going to have fun on the Saturday live stream. Let's check and see how Doge has traded throughout Saturday on the live. Make sure you're subscribed. You got your notifications on. Leave a comment below. Put some rocket emojis and some big eyes in the chat below. Let's see what you guys think about this great move going on right now with Dogecoin. Give the video a like. And again, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.